so many cards, you guys. You are rocking it. And we're going to talk about each and every one of them. I've got a co-host here today, Ellen, Card Monkey Jarvis. And we will go ahead and... Shall we go ahead and hit intro then? Or do you want to just keep going it? Okay.
Always chilling.
I knew we were a little late, so I was... All right, so we're just going to see people coming in.
Matter of getting started, not a matter of rushing.
Oh, I haven't yawned yet, so I'm not feeling it.
I'll be upstairs.
Look at that beautiful shirt you have on there, Miss Ellen. I know. That's pretty good looking. That's pretty good looking.
Purple.
It does look good in
Thank
purple. The orange one looks really good too.
It does.
Yeah.
Goes with the hair.
It does. You've got that little streak in there. Yep. Helen was homeschooling today, and so we started doing this a couple weeks ago, having the guest crafter come back on and talk about the things that she from her show, the cards from her show. But Helen wasn't able to, and so we were glad that Ellen was able. We got the next best thing, from a Helen to an Ellen, and so it was great. And I did talk about this with the guest crafter group some time back, and said, "Would you guys like to be a part of this if we have an opening?" And Ellen didn't say she did, but I knew she did. So I just contacted her directly. Forget the group. I see Boo L and 5K and Brenda and Sylvia and Christina.
It might crash the stream.
Hey, he's going to change something. It might crash the stream. If it does, we'll be back. So hang on. So far, so good, huh? There's so many choices. We're good then?
Yep.
Or better? Are those your Mother's Day flowers?
They are. Aren't they pretty?
They're gorgeous.
They're from my stepson.
That was very nice of
You
them.
want to hit start? You can go ahead.
That was great. You want to, it says today's guest. And, okay. Oh, okay. I'm supposed to hit start. And will Ellen be there when I get back? That's what I thought. We will take you out of the screen here momentarily and bring you back right proper. So let's go ahead and get started. Thanks for showing up, guys. Let's do this. Hello, American Fun, founder and head professor of Fun University, and your intrepid hostess of Craft Roulette's and Craft Roulette's spin-off show, Contributor Showcase, which we have on Tuesday afternoons, 1 o'clock Central Time, right here on YouTube. Welcome, welcome, welcome. This is episode number 60's Contributor Showcase. What Contributor Showcase is are cards that were sent in a 48-hour period in reaction to the show that we did on Friday night at 6:30 Central Time, right here on YouTube. We call it Craft Roulette. We're going to have a little video for you to see that in just a minute. But this show is purely cards, and we have over 70, I think, again this week to share with you. The parameters were more open-ended than some of our parameters are on some of our shows, and so there's a lot of variety, a lot of color, a lot of interpretation. Craft Roulette is all about encouraging a creative process and creative journey, not a kit step-by-step kind of thing. So you're going to see all sorts of cards. If you like cards, you are in for a treat. If you want to go ahead and see them one by one on your own time frame, you can go over to craftroulette.live, where there is a gallery, like lots of galleries, like 50-some plus galleries. So you can spend a whole day there. It's kind of like going to the Smithsonian. There's just so many different rooms you can go to. I've never been to the Smithsonian, but I only imagine it's like that. Maybe the Getty. I've been to the Getty. It's more like going to the Getty. I don't know. Anyway, we do have a great guest joining us today. She has been a guest crafter in the past, and she is also one of our Cracker Jack moderators in our group here on YouTube. Her name is Ellen Card Monkey Jarvis. Well, welcome her. There she is.
Hi, everybody.
Yay. And go ahead and show off your shirt there. It's so good looking. Yes, Craft Roulette merch. We love Craft Roulette merch. I don't think I have the right button for that, and that's okay. But yep, we're proud of you to wear that. And you want to tell us about your pretty flowers?
Yes, my pretty flowers that I
They're so
got.
pretty.
I got these for Mother's Day from my stepson and his wife.
They're so pretty.
Surprising.
Aww. Did you bring your green spoonaphone?
Oh, no, I didn't, but it's over there. I can run and get it.
No, she too has
Here,
a spoonaphone, but hers is green, so yeah, that's all it is. It's just pretend anyway, so it's all okay. Thank you so much for joining us today and helping us go through these cards. I have discovered that 70 cards are a lot for me to just keep rattling about, so it's really nice to have a little support there, a sidekick, and we're glad to have you. Thank you guys for being here this afternoon to join us too. If you've never been to Craft Roulette, let's go ahead and show you our little video explaining what we do. Shall we? Okay.
What is Craft Roulette? Craft Roulette is a live paper crafts challenge show where the goal is to complete a project that has been randomly selected by the spin of a wheel. There are 4 categories we spin for: project, colors, element, and random. Each category has 24 possible options with a combined possibility of 331,776 unique projects. Whoa. We're live every Friday at 6:30 p.m. Central on youtube.com/craftroulette. Please like and subscribe. Each week we bring on a special guest crafter to create along with us and share their unique take on the challenge. You can play too. Complete a unique project of your own using the same 4 parameters set in this episode. You'll have 48 hours to contribute by submitting pictures of your project through the submission form on craftroulette.live. Contributions are featured on marygunfund.com's weekly episode blog and the next episode. Let's recap last week's episode and submissions.
And there we are. That's what we do every Friday, 6:30 Central Time, right here on youtube.com/craftroulette. Please tell your friends and make sure that you make a note, set the reminder. The link is already up, so you won't miss a minute. It is fun, and it's fun partially because it's paper crafting, well, a lot of it, but it's also fun because we have guests and we also have wonderful people in the chat room, and we're all just kind of nutty about paper and stamping and cards. So it's a good group, and you're welcome. So we look forward to meeting you. Last week, the parameters we spin for 4 alpha stamp card, any 3 colors. That's so open. Outside. And you had to use a die cut. Now, any 3 colors, you always can use neutrals and metallics because that's just too hard to do. So to not use, you just got to have those. Any alpha stamped card, we decided that you could use even a sentiment has alpha in it. So it wasn't just like an A stamp or a B stamp, and that just seemed a little too constraining for our group. So we just made it, go ahead and use a sentiment if you want. This was the card I made on the show. That's the only one I made on the show. So let's go back to the slide. Do you see yourself, Ellen? See how cute that is? How we can sit there with our little gray hair?
I do. Yeah. Well, Mary, I wanted to first say that I loved your card. I know you can't comment on your card too much. But if people haven't noticed, there was a nice embossing. I don't know what you call that pattern, but it's like a marquee, I guess.
It's called a It's called Came with the Cricket pattern.
Came with the cricket pattern.
Came with the
But I
cuddle bug.
also liked that you like put little stamps of like little starbursts in it.
Yeah,
And
they look almost like smudges.
Yeah, and then also what I liked about it was that it was a window card, so that
it is.
when you opened it, it was, I mean, it had a lot of really exciting things. But I think what a lot of the people who were commenting last week liked was how you put the little flags on the side of your Hug Me.
Oh yeah,
because
my faux banner there.
You didn't fuss with it to fold it, but they were cut separately. Could you tell us a little bit more about that?
You know, I will show you that tonight on Study Hall.
Oh, good.
On Fun University, which is youtube.com/Fun University. Go ahead and subscribe. I've been in private school for 2 years. We brought it public on YouTube, so join us there. Because I'm not set up, my camera's not set up for right now. And but it is easy, and it is, or you can see it on the show. So yeah, but thanks for bringing that up. But I will show it tonight. I will put it in my tonight pile because I totally can. But thank you so much. And I will also say real briefly, I do have a couple other cards, but they are for my patrons on Patreon. So that's on Mary Gun Fun's Patreon. So anyway, that has now become my mini Fun University site where I can add more tips and more cards and more ideas. So that's that. Thank you for asking that. Just led right into that real well. Let's see. Let me go to that. Thank you. And I didn't even coax her. Me? That's good times. Let's go ahead.
And I am a proud patron as well.
She is one of my patrons, and I do appreciate you. I do. I really do. So, okay, here we go. This is our contributor map. We have a lot of you in this Northeast, and that's so cool, but it's hard to see you all. And so wave to your pen. We've got some people from Australia this week, the UK and Sweden. And I guess we didn't have anything from our Ecuadorian friends or New Zealand friends, but we're always looking for our friends out there. Thank you so much for joining us. It's fun to have you in our group. Our guest crafter was Helen Schlett, and she is on a slimline kick, and she got to and I was so glad that the wheel was kind enough to not demand a certain kind of shaped card, so she could make one of her slimlines. She made a cute little, I can't remember. She put like liquid accents or glossy accents in the little eyeglasses of the bear. She did all sorts of little cute details to make it very stinking cute. And she is a hilarious little crafty mama diaries. Make sure you check out her social media sites and I think she's mostly on YouTube right now. So anyway, thank you, Helen. You did a great job. We had a fun night. Then her husband always shows up too. It's a family affair. It's fun.
One of the things I commented when we showed that, Mary, was how cute that little bear was with the glasses, and it reminded me so much of Helen. It almost looked like Helen.
You know, I didn't think of that, but it did look a little bit like Helen, didn't it?
She's adorable.
She is adorable.
So much fun.
She laughs so easily, and just takes life with a glass of bobo tea and laughter, I think, is her key to happiness. So anyway, Lou Ann Johnson from Iowa sent in this card. You've got that chicken stamp, don't you?
Oh, I do. Yep.
And didn't she do a cute job of it?
She really did. And that's her die cut, I believe, as well.
I'm sorry? You cut out just a wee bit.
That's her die cut. They require die cut for our parameters. The chicken.
Yes, I think you're right. Yeah, she did a cute job, and then she's got the alpha stamp with the hello. And one thing that is maybe a newbie might not recognize, but to separate the blue chicken hair or feathers, to bring that up above that blue field to make sure that you can see it. And then with the white edge around the feathers so that they stand out and there's some contrast. And that makes it so you can see the chicken better and enjoy that craziness. So thank you, Lou Ann.
One of the things that Lou Ann pointed out was that the stamp set that she's using is woods from the like if you can see the letters, and that
Oh.
ties into her outdoorsiness.
Oh my gosh, that's real. Yes, that's very. Some of these cards, there's so much nuance on with them that it's always a kind of surprising how well things go together. You guys are clever. Amy Edge from Texas sent in this cutie little guy. Look at the little turtle, the humpyback turtles walking along that humpyback little hillside. Really sweet. Really, really sweet. It says, "You are turtles awesome." Totally awesome. Totally awesome. And she used green, blue, and shades of red outdoors, and her turtles are die cut. So that's how you got it done. That's really sweet. Look at that baby and that mama. That would be really good for Mother's Day, too.
And I think she's done some with the distressed oxides, and it looks like she's put a little bit of the splatter in the sky. So
Yeah.
if I look a little closely on it, that and because Tim Holtz's oxide
water reactive.
inks
Uh-huh.
are water reactive, yeah.
Uh-huh.
So that was a nice little accent that you put there.
One thing about cards on this kind of situation, they often will show every small problem because they're so much bigger, unless you're watching on a phone. But sometimes, conversely, you'll miss some of the details because it's a picture of the card. So it's really hard to know what you're seeing exactly. And the colors have changed because it's a card and it's a photo, and those kind of things. Always keep that in mind when you're looking at my cards, especially because I usually have some kind of glue burger somewhere or other, and they look really big when they're on a monitor. Thank you, Amy. Stacey Burns from Cortland sent in her 5th submission, and totally different flavor here. She's got the design done on a mystery card night in another group, and so she punched out the little bird and added it to the itty bitty pie stamp. Very sweet, very sweet. Just a little darling card. I like that look how she did the inside with the eggs and the bird again. I thought that was a cute little idea.
And I like the ribbon at the center with the pearl accents. I like the little touches that she put on those.
She really did do a lot of little touches. You are absolutely right, and it makes it very, very sweet and special. And 5th submission, way to go, Stacey. Thank you. Andy Zach from Maryland sent in her 1st submission. Yay, Andy, way to go, girl. We're welcome you to Craft Roulette. She made a 5x7 card using green, blue, and orange. Yes, Team Orange. So this is just a sweet little outdoor spring scene. And you can tell that she used lots of die cuts. She used a sentiment for her alpha stamp parameter. And you did great. You did really great. She's got I like the embossing on the grass. It makes it much more interesting than if it had just been a flat green piece, huh?
Very much so. Yeah. I didn't know whether it was a die cut laid on top of the back of or whether it was embossed, as you said. I haven't seen that die before, or embossing.
Might have been a little bit of
really
both.
Nice one.
Yeah,
it's a very nice one.
Yeah. So Andy, if you're in our group, we do have a Facebook group called the Craft Roulette Challenge group on Facebook. If you answer all the questions, you're automatically admitted. But if you see this, Andy, and you think of it, let us know what that die cut is. We're inquiring minds. And please join our group because there's a lot of fun that goes on there. So it's a nice group. I'm real happy with them. So welcome. We're glad to have you. Susan Smurf Murphy, she called this her funny farm. FUNN, of course. It is fun. Somebody said, I don't know whether I should like it or laugh at when I see this. And she's, oh, it's okay. You can smile and laugh. I did when I was making it. So it is cute with the E-I-E-I-O. And she's got all sorts of things going on there. And it is quite fun. It's just fun. I like it. Mm-hmm. I made a card today using an old-fashioned stamp, cowboy stamp. And I don't doubt that it was a little bit inspired by this card. because I forgot about that stamp. And then I saw this one. I think it was all working together. You know how that works when you see something and then it sits there, and then 24, 48 hours later, you're using that same thought, and it's cool that way. But cute pink bunnies. Oh, they got a little close to the Jello, I guess. And
the matching pig off to the side looks cute too.
It is. It's great fun. Thank you so much, Susan Smurf Murphy. Elaine Anderson from Utah sent in this pretty card, and she is very die cut centric. It's cool with the carrots and the asparagus and the eggplant, and look at that pebbly stuff on that bottom. I bet you caught that one, Ellen.
I did. The thing that really impressed me was the bucket. I was trying to see if that was just cut, or is that another folder, or maybe came off a piece of paper. It's so really realistic.
Yeah, Elaine, we want to know. Go ahead and put that in our group if you could. Tell us how you got that bucket put together, because you are right. It really does stand out as something special. I didn't even really notice it, though, because it was just so blended in and worked so well. As I was looking at the pretty colors, because I tend to look at pretty colors first. Mm-hmm. But you are right. I'm so glad you mentioned that. Cool. We want to know, don't we? Yes. I love the vibrant colors.
Inquiring minds.
Inquiring minds. Thank you, Elaine. Kathy Herring from Wisconsin sent in her 25th card submission. Whoa. I stamped with Pretty Perennial set from Wendy Cransford. Oh, she won. Kathy won the $100 gift certificate from Wendy Cranford on our anniversary show. And she is using her stuff, and that's really cool. Outdoors, 3 colors, die cut, rectangles, and alpha stamps. You did great. I think it's a really pretty, not difficult card, which you don't have to make them super difficult to be super cute. Or as we like to say, skewt. Super cute. It is cute. It's very cute. So thank you, Kathy, and I'm glad you're using your products. Rachel Castle from Indiana sent in blue, green, coral as her colors and 3-room studio stamp. Yay! Busy week. Sandy's coming back in July, by the way. Busy weekend, so she had to work fast. Well, does that look like she worked fast and furious? I think she did a beautiful job.
I do too.
I think she really did. And great choices, that woohoo, so excited for you in white down there, that just, I tend to be a black sentiment person, and I'm kind of boring that way, but I like to be inspired by somebody else's idea, at least. Might have that address on the Facebook group, Brenda. Okay.
And
anyway,
it's another
I think that's really
team
cute.
Orange that's got in there too. The coral shirt is pretty much a team orange too, so it's blue, green, and orange.
I like it. No wonder I liked it. She did great shading, didn't she? And she's got the splatters. Probably Tim Holtz or Catherine Pooler is also water reactive. So, and I think Simon Hurley might be. Maybe.
Oh, I don't know.
Don't quote me on that one, but I think so. Anyway, thank you, Rachel. Bonnie Swakowitz made her pretty card. She always has a pretty twist to her cards. Look at that fancy schmancy filigree die cut. Girl. Die cut base.
This was one of my favorite cards. I just love that edged filigree die cut at the bottom. And it was just so romantic, very pretty, and just very feminine. Really loved it a lot. Nice work.
Yeah, I can see why you do. Yep, and look at how she had all those loopy ribbons off to the side. It's so subtle.
That was also really nice.
Yeah, and then she used the gems for the flower centers, making it, again, like you say, romantic. Very, very good adjective, Ellen. Well done.
Thank you.
Thank you, Bonnie. Karen Chester from Nevada. I have a note on her. I know. She upcycled, pun intended. On this, she had just used paper from Anna Griffith's map paper, and then she used red, blue, green that are on the maps as their colors. The leaves are punched from a magazine page, and so she colored on the little bicycle. But I thought we'd see more maps. I thought that might be an outdoor twist that we would see, but I think this is it. I think that we got one, and it's great. With her 10th submission in a row, Nevada represent. That's well done. Do you ever use magazines?
I'm sorry?
Do you ever use magazines for...
That was what I was just going to say. No, that was such a clever idea.
Mm-hmm. And sometimes we don't get a lot of magazines anymore, but I was throwing away some the other day, and I went through it, though, after I saw this, and I picked out the pretty pictures and ripped them out. And I thought those would be great for cards for soldiers in nursing homes and things, to cut those up and use them up. I thought that might be a real fast way to make some great cards. So thank you so much for your inspiration, Karen. Another Karen from Sydney, Australia this time. She went outdoors to the choo-choo. Look at that, how cute that choo-choo is as her alpha stamp
Team
idea.
Monkey. Team Monkey. She
got
monkeys.
Oh, there they are. There they are. That's right. She's got it there for you. Any three. See, this was so cool because your outside parameter you could do so much with. You can add critters if you wanted to, but you weren't limited to critters. You could add trees if you wanted to, but you weren't limited to trees. I love that element parameter with that much openness. Our die cuts apparently are... I think she fussy cut that train.
I'm not sure. When I looked at the smoke up top, it kind of looked like a die cut. Or
maybe
it might have... Could it have been the train track below that was the die cut? I'm not sure.
That was my guess. Yeah, that was my guess. Good thing that Slim Lines came along. That card wouldn't have done very well on an A2, would it? Be all crammed up. It would just be chew. That's right. All right, Karen. Thank you so much for the fun card. We appreciate you. Vicky Ruda, not Rita, Vicky, sent in this really cute card from Essex, England. No, there's a map. We did have another map. Then, but we didn't have another trailer, I don't think. This is I think it's really cute. And I can see all the parameters fit in there. And I have been making trailer cards forever. And so it was fun to see. She did great. I like it.
Well, I was wondering where Vicky has that car and trailer going, because it looks like a map of England, but she's driving on the wrong side of the road.
Maybe it's an American in England.
Maybe.
Dangerous fellows. That is so hard to be on the other side of the road. It's so hard.
Oh, it is. I've driven it and had a nightmare.
I couldn't drive it. Yeah, I couldn't have. I've been in vehicles on the wrong side because they're supposed to be
Vicky,
wrong side.
What I also liked is how Vicky put the shadow behind her banner, just cutting it the same as the top, gave it a lot of dimension, which I really liked a lot.
Otherwise, it would have just been. It just would have blended right in to the background, and it wouldn't have been able to be as prominent. You're right. Do you know what the CCC and the CMC is?
I don't.
I don't either. Vicky, got a question for you, girl. We want to know. Thank you so much for the cute card. Larissa Woolley from Michigan sent in this pretty little card. We had outdoors and a window card in March. That's already been March. And so this is kind of a fun thing to remember back to that week. I think it was our anniversary show with Christine. She got the howdy in for her alpha stamp card, and she's got sunflower. And look what it's growing. It's a tall sunflower because I think that's a fence top.
Right.
Those sunflowers can get pretty tall.
And I have not seen that cutting, that die cut with that really pretty label, with the edge on it. That really I think makes that label look really special.
Yeah, kind of looks like a platter.
Right.
Mm-hmm. No, it's a cute little card. Thank you, Larissa. I love your sunflowers. I'm a sunflower girl. So I have a special place in my heart for them. You've got sunflowers in your bouquet.
I do.
There you go. They're everywhere. They're everywhere. The fifth submission for Sherry Pemberton, right down the street in Missouri. She had it in her head to make a Father's Day card, and she struggled with the outdoors part, so she just put on some trees, she said. No, and it worked. But, that card wouldn't have had nearly the outdoorsy feel without the trees. So
they really do add a lot to it too.
They do. They frame it even more. Even though you have multiple mats on there, it just makes it a little more special, I think. So I think it's cool. I like those colors all together, and those would be great for a dad's card, I think. Good job. Good choices, man.
At first, I thought it was a ripped. That the mats were ripped, but then I looked at all the tears along it and saw that perhaps it was a nested die with that jaggedy tear. So I thought that was nice too. I don't have a jaggedy edge.
Yeah, or die. Remember the old decorative scissors? They might have had like a deckle-edge scissors, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Sherry, we have a question for you. Go ahead and go into it. We have more questions coming up here than we knew what we're going to do with. I have no idea. But when you do look at cards a little more closely, then they start just stirring up all sorts of stuff. So, very cute, though, Sherry. Thank you so much for being with us. And she's also a patron. Vicki Tillett from North Carolina sent in this pretty card. Die cuts are sentiment and the image. And black glitter, heat embossing, and pink gems for a little extra bling. Well done. Pretty. I like, that's kind of a cool mix there with the kind of elegant flowers with plaid. I think that, because plaid to me is often more casual feeling, but I really like that combination. I think, of course, Scottish that I am, I have a weakness for plaid, but I think it's just really pretty.
It is very pretty. And with the I guess it's the same stamp. I'm not sure. Maybe it's from the same set embossed on the envelope. It looks like.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I never do envelopes. I've sent it more than once. It's good. I feel like I'm doing really well to get the address and the stamp and out to the post office. So that's my limit. And I even got to work within our own parameters. So, well done, Vicki. Christine Bromey always blows us away. She's one of our Swedish girls. She stays up every Friday night to watch us. And the alphas are hidden, and it's hard to see in this picture, but it's in the sky. I think she has words, and it's really hard to see, but they're there, and it's just a texture. You can see them as a texture. She always has tons of textures going on, some wild and crazy. She mostly does 6x6 cards because the postage doesn't change in Sweden like it does in the United States. And she does a lot of cool stuff with shadowing, and which make most of her cards feel very deep. And she's also a master of dies. So she said that she liked the dies. That was her favorite. I did count. I made a question in the group. What part of the parameters did you like best this week? And dies and outdoor tied. But I thought for sure dies were going to win. But nope. And then, of course, Bonnie Knack said, love them. So that would be... Oh, okay. Christine's here, and it's the only alphabet. Okay. All right. Well, it sure worked. Using a stamp in a very creative way. I think that's very cool.
That is very
This
cool.
card also inspired 5K, who's also here or was here earlier, to make a mermaid card this week. So that's cool too, that the inspiration keeps going. The wheel just doesn't know its own power. I hope it never does, but because it would get big-headed. But I think this is great. Always enjoy it. Thank you. Patty Beck, here we go. Ellen's trying to catch you, Patty. But she sent in her 55th submission in a row. This is show number 60. So yes, I know. It just keeps going.
Congratulations. That's wonderful. And
her
such
daughter
a pretty
joined
card.
us. It really is. Her daughter joined us Friday night also. And her card is coming up. But I was bragging to her daughter about her mama and what a leader she is in this group. She also is very active in the chats and on the website and on the challenge group. She's just a little encourager, and we just appreciate her a lot. So let's see what she did. Watercolor flowers painted in yellow. Very pretty. Orange and green, growing outside with a die-cut butterfly. Yep, we did that in Fun University when we were still private. It makes a pretty card and easy. So it seems like it would be harder, but it's not. I like it. Done.
And another Team Orange.
I know. Good.
Catching up.
Yeah, I'm not sure if she's absolutely dedicated to Team Orange, though. I think she may be Team everything. Hilda Nelville Ches sent in this from California. I've got that old stamp set, and I never use it, but whenever I look at it, I think, oh, it's such a cute stamp set. I'm gonna make something out of it, but I never do. But I do like it so. And the reason I don't is because my blacks always bleed. And even if I use the ones, I haven't used all of them, but the ones I have always bleed a little bit, and it always makes me cranky. Die cut high, die cut maybe around the bears, definitely outside any 3 colors. Great choices. An alpha stamp. You got my friend in there. You did it again, Helen. It's very, very cool. I like that big high.
Card. Really, very cute card.
Yeah, it's just cheerful, just darling. Thank you so much. Don Quadling from Thetford, England sent in a bridge fold card for my foxy friend. Won't that make her day? Green, orange, and pink, outdoors with die cut, top view can be found in the Facebook group. Yep, it's because it looks like this, which I don't know what that is. It's you with wings, but you did a great job. I think it's darling. That's a die cut. Is that a die cut embossing, you think, at the bottom, Ellen?
Looking at it at the very bottom, it really may be.
Mm-hmm.
It looks like the little puffs of green is a die cut, and
yeah,
perhaps the trees was paper. So,
yep.
But it's adorable, really adorable. I love
very,
those
very sweet
little foxes. They're very cute.
When I was down at the lake, we used to have a card class, or card club, or card class on at the library, and we called ourselves the Foxy Ladies. We were all over 60. Some of us were over 70, and there may have been some 80-year-olds, but we were all foxes, let me tell you. Card foxes. Ellen Kilo from Kansas sent in her first submission. Isn't this elegant? Now, this is kind of up your alley with the elegance and everything. She used the die cut out of foam and her favorite paper and a hint holographic behind. Isn't that fancy? Ooh.
That is fancy. That really is very pretty.
So the die cut shape, she said out of foam. Do you think that is like craft foam? So that it was
that very much might be craft foam. Like, what do they call it? The foamerant? I've not used that product before. But
I don't know.
I know that the die cutting machines do cut foam very well, actually.
Like butter. And so I'm wondering if she has a die that has the cutting and the embossing also, and use that for some kind of foam. Well, Ellen, if you're in the group, I hope you are, and I hope you will tell us what that foam is, because I think people might like to try that. It's very cool. Very fancy. Very cool. Thank you. And welcome to Craft Roulette. First submission, yay. Anna York from Oregon had so much fun making the card. 3 colors, pink, green, and blue. Purple came from coloring blue and pink together. That's the way to stretch those parameters. I die cut the flowers and the clouds. This is a really pretty card with the foreground and the background. Makes it very interesting.
It is multi-dimensional, and especially with the clouds in front of the, I guess it's a setting or rising sun.
Correct. We hope it's setting, because if it's rising, they're going to have bad weather. But
oh, that's true.
Yeah, we hope it's setting. Real pretty, very handsome card, and she's got a lot of good things with eye flow, with the diagonal lines there, and a nice mix of horizontal and vertical lines. Makes it more interesting. I think it's a cool card. I like it,
I
Miss
wonder
Anna.
if it's the sun. Do you think it's the sun or the moon? We just had a pink moon, didn't we?
I don't know.
I'm trying to remember. Just about a month ago.
I would think it was a sun, but it could be it would be darker sky. It looks. I'm guessing sun, but you want to go moon, you're good. Maybe she'll tell us in the group.
Flash.
She's got some cool little sparkles going on. I don't know where those come from exactly, but there's some cool sparkle to it too that is makes it pretty, really just stand out a lot more. It's cool. Well done, Miss Anna. Kim Blackburn from New Mexico now is white and bright as that one was. This is more somber and darker, but still it's attractive. I think she colored in the inside of the frame, and then she's got pattern paper on the outside. And doesn't that feel cool though? It doesn't feel hot, or it just feels cool and piney and mossy. Am I reading too much into it?
Standing inside of the forest, and
yes,
and kind of looking out of the forest.
Yes, you're kind of like you're looking for the ranger because you're lost in the woods.
Looking for Smokey the Bear.
Yes, where's Smokey Bear? It's really pretty, very attractive. I'm glad you sent that in, Kim. We enjoy it. Sandy Carlson from Minnesota sent in this. This is like almost mixed media, isn't it? You think that's a gel plate thing going on in the background, or?
Oh, that might be.
It's really cool.
I have 2 gel plates that are sadly very unused, so I'm hoping that I can pull them out. I didn't even know that I had the first one when I bought the second, so I can share.
Well, I think
maybe
I'll
become a sponsor of one of the shows, and I'll send it in as a surprise.
Well, there you go. There you go. Maybe so. Well, we do have spin sponsors now. Don't send me anything yet, but we do have spin sponsors, and that's a whole nother thing. But we'll talk about that. We do have some great gifts. Patty sent in a whole bunch of things that we're going to start working through here next, and then and we're not necessarily a prize show, and they can disappear as easily as they came. For the first year, I would always give away a handmade card by me with an itty bitty gift, and it really was an itty bitty gift. It was usually like a single stamp that I cut out of a larger stamp set, but hopefully they didn't have it in the first place, so it was welcomed. But anyway, so we've had, since the anniversary show and right before, we have had a very, very generous outpouring of spin sponsors, and it's neat though. I really do like being able to give things away. It's very fun. I think people appreciate it. But anyway, I think that's really cool with the gel. I think it's a gel plate with the die cut. She used all sorts of things together, and I think it looks really neat. She's got pattern paper, she's got birds, she's got die cuts, she's got a interesting textured background. Card, like it. I just keep thinking there's going to be more I'm going to find.
Some of my favorite colors are in that
yes, and that's another. She had great colors. You're right. I like that. I think everybody likes teal or the aqua color. I think it's just, it must be
Hmm.
something innate to mankind because it's a very common color to love, like the ocean. Pretty. I
Well,
like it.
I love the teal, but my favorite color is one of the greens that's in her shadings. I really am very partial to green.
Ah, now
Very
that is
odd.
a.
I'm not even team purple. I mean, that would be team green.
We don't even have team green. But there are people that are attracted to green. That's their happy color. And
Mhm.
so that's, yeah, blue, like the aqua blues stuff are my happy colors. They just do something to you, you know? I have a feeling. Mm. Rose Duberstein, a longtime viewer, sent in this cute card from Arizona. Random die cut is the rectangle mats, and hope that's okay. Oh, Miss Rose, I don't think you could ever do anything wrong. This is so cute. Look how she used the pattern paper in the background, which is a very outdoorsy paper. And she carried through with the embossing on both of the mats. Very smart, I think. Good
Very
coloring, too.
cute.
Look how she
Very
colored the
cute.
grass. It looks painted.
Oh, it does. Well, that
All
kind
the
of reminds me of my dad on the hammock. So he's he's
Bravo.
in heaven now, taking up all the hammock space up in heaven. But um,
Well, that's a sweet memory then. Yeah, he looks like he's having a good time. I would spill that drink on me, even with the straw. But that's really cute, Rose. Thank you so much for sharing with us. Sherilyn Probst from Texas. Now she mentioned that she wanted to do an out sign on the door, which she ended up doing, as you can see down in the lower left, because then it would be an outdoor card. Oh my goodness, we love it. Well, it's good to see a gnome come through the group for this card. Look at the detail. She's got it on the inside too. She really
and it
had fun
looks
with
like
this
on the
card.
back as well.
Yes,
On
is that
page,
what?
it
Oh,
looks like
I
she
bet
has
that
that
is.
stamped on the back as well.
Man, girl, you just really went to town. If you didn't, this is a labor of love. I hope you smiled and laughed the whole way through it because I think it's just charming and just a lot of fun. So thank you, Sherilyn. Goodness, that's so much fun. Again, if you want to see these up close and personal and take your time with them, go to craftroulette.live and you will see many, many wonderful cards. And from Wisconsin, totally different way to look at it. How cool is this? She did 3 botanical circles, stamped leaf background, 3 colors, orange, lime, and raspberry. That's really a very cool card and so different from everything else. I like it very much. Um,
It is.
are the inserts, do you think they're stamped or die cut or stenciled? I bet they're stenciled.
They do look stenciled to me, but I love the die cuts are the circles with all the different leafy patterns
Leaves.
on them,
Yeah.
and just a really different and beautiful card.
Right. It's different. It's just absolutely unique. And then she's got the background, which is very muted and very supporting of the rest of her choices, too. I think it's really cool. So, Anne, I think you're in the group. If you could tell us if that was stenciled or how you made those cool backgrounds. I want to make sure that I do that soon, too. I really like that idea of having 2 shapes and then cutting it into a circle with a frame. I think that's a cool thing that you could do all sorts of stuff with. I likes it, girl. I likes it plenty. Thank you so much. Oh, now who's this? Who's this? You want to tell us about your card, Ellen?
Oh well,
It's a
um,
kind of funny story.
I,
It's cute.
it does have a funny story. I was starting when I was decided to do the if you can't stand the mess in the craft room, you can leave it. And then
Right?
when I decided to add all the ephemera, all the things around the little pieces of paper and the sequins and the all the little drip drops that are down in the bottom right hand corner.
Yeah.
I went through my rug, and I have a carpeted floor in my craft room that attracts every bit of mess. So
it's a magnet.
I decided that would be the mess. So I've had the gold string in there and all that. So my colors are blue, yellow, and green, and I think that's a pretty popular. The monkeys are my thing. As you know, I'm Card Monkey. I've been Card Monkey now for 11 years, and there's a funny story behind my name of my Card Monkey as well. My husband of 22 years discovered after we were married that I have talented toes. I have what do they call them? They are opposing toes, so that I can pick up things on the floor with my toes.
That's good for your craft room.
So when you're vacuuming, it's very convenient when you're vacuuming. Pick up things as you're going along, socks and whatever. So he started calling me Monkey Toes, and so then when I started crafting, it became Card Monkey, and it stuck. So
it has stuck.
There you have it.
I have you in my contacts as Card Monkey. I don't have your name in there, so just Card Monkey.
A lot of my friends over the years have called me Card, abbreviated, or Monk. So it's just
Monk. Come on.
So I collect the monkey stamps. I have them on my shelf.
Oh. That's a good term. Well, it's a darling card, and I think it's so fun. I think that could be a parameter. We have had a parameter, something from your mask, which is a messy desk, which is portmanteau, putting two words together to make a combined word that has meanings to both words. But I think this is great. Now you have to find something on the floor. Something off your floor. I don't know. That may be. Some people are very tidy. They wouldn't have anything. But I could come up with all sorts of stuff. I hate my carpeted floor. My carpeted floor, it actually consumes like Cricut blades and staples and little bits of stuff you don't want to walk on. It's bad enough with the paper, but it's just. I would prefer to have some type of laminate up here, but I now have too many crafts. You can't move anything,
room, so I can't
paint.
I can't even dream.
No way. Well, you did a great job. I think it's adorable. Melissa Fowles from Minnesota. You. Okay, as complicated and busy as that card was, this one is quite simple in nature, but very effective. Look at her three easy colors. Chose, you can tell where they are. She's got a die cut aloha that she's popped up, probably with a couple layers of aloha die cut. She did it great, and I think it's really cute. I love those pink trees. There's just something fun about making things that are not supposed to be pink. There's just, like that pink pig and those pink rabbits.
So refreshing and tropical.
Oops, we lost your voice.
Oh,
my link lost.
So
what?
So refreshing and
did
tropical.
We lose Ellen's link?
Uh-oh.
Stephen, I don't know if you can. Maybe it was just my ear. Now talk. Yep, there I can hear her hiss again.
You can hear me? Okay.
Yeah, I think it was my earphone. So we're good. All right. Yay. Anyway, well done, Melissa. Thank you so much. 5K, I put it in your name this time. She made a card with her bicycle, and I think this is a fun little thing. Alessa always does a kind of an artsy take on cards, and so she will put parameter or elements together that I would never think of combining, but I think she does a great job of choosing things and making them just make cool little cards. You never know what she's going to come up with, and I like that about her. So pretty cool bicycle though, with the leaf or the flowers. And what a nice combination to have those little pansies. Pansies? I always get pansies and petunias mixed up. But pansies in the basket. What
pansies?
Do you save me here, please?
Flowers.
Flowers. There you go. Posies, as my grandmother would have said. Anyway, and Alessa went on to make a pretty little mermaid card based on her inspiration from Christina. So she's a very active friend in our group, and we really appreciate you. Thank you for your pretty card. Heidi from Washington made a very pretty, happy card. You make me happy when you send in a card this happy. Isn't that just adorable?
Very cute. Adorable.
Nothing like a smiling pig to put a smile on my face. Alpha card says is with this old stamp, 3 colors, green, blue, pink, outdoors. Oh my gosh, look how cute this piggy, she says. She die cut the rectangle stitch. Yep, it's just a happy little card and very, very sweet. Oh, you said the bicycle is a sticker? Really? I thought that maybe you had colored it, maybe you had stamped it on black paper. Well, you fooled me. And then, so that wasn't even your, oh my gosh, you fooled me. I thought you'd work so hard on it. Shouldn't have said, I could have just continued to think you were just this incredible crafter, 5K. You are an incredible crafter when you decide to use a sticker that fools me. Anyway, well done. This is adorable. Thank you so much, Heidi. Do you have that stamped from way back, Ellen, or anything?
The pig stamp?
Yeah.
Is that the one? No, and I wish I did.
Yeah, he's cute.
I think there's a series of pig stamps. I'm trying to remember who carries them now. And the pigs are doing all sorts of different things like flying and dancing. And, they're just so adorable.
Oh my goodness. Anyway, it's really cute. Very sweet card. That would brighten anybody's day. Jackie Rip, 46 submission. She's right behind Patty. I don't know if I could ever get them in the same room. They may not be safe. But I thought this is a completely different way to think of outdoors at sea. And she's a Florida girl, so maybe that have some difference to the way she's thinking on that. Pretty, pretty blue. And definitely outside alpha stamp. And I can't remember what you said on the alpha stamp. It's in the background or something. 3 colors. Yep. Die cut. Yep. Anyway, very cool card, Jackie. Jackie's been with us for a long time, and we appreciate her. She used to do and send an email out to her little group and say, it's time for Craft Roulette. So we are here today because of people like you. So thank you so much, Jackie. I think it's a cool card.
Does the sky have a little bit of glitter in it, or I mean, it looks like it's almost like the night sky.
It does, doesn't it? I was trying to. I thought it was probably just lint on my monitor, but maybe lint and splatters.
It looks too much like it's all over the card.
I think you're right. She must have had some kind of little splattery stuff. Maybe she did splattered the shimmer pen or something. Yeah.
I love the night sky on the sea. Whenever I've been on cruises and it's been too long with this COVID stuff. But when you go out on the sea and it's nighttime and most of the ship lights are out and things, you can see so many stars. It's just an absolutely beautiful thing to experience. So if you're ever in the middle of the ocean somewhere, look up at the sky.
Yeah,
and I will give you a fun fact that my granddaughter just gave me a couple of days ago. She said, the fun fact, and they call me Guy, G-I-I. Fun fact for you, Guy, there are more stars in the sky than there are grains of sand on Earth.
Have they counted all the grains of sand?
Well, I haven't counted them, but apparently there are more stars in the sky than there are
have to do a little triangulation there. Well, that's very cool. Yeah, that's pretty impressive. It is very impressive. The sky first ceases to amaze me. And the country, I miss the sky in the country. It was always pretty. So here in the city, not so much. We miss it a lot. But anyway, it's good. That's very pretty, and I like the saying too, Jackie. Well done. Thank you too. granddaughter. Bonnie Knack, who liked all the parameters this week, sent in this cute little shack. It's just a little garden shack, and I can almost smell the fertilizer in there. Cool little card. You colored it in. I die cut it. The shape around there. Well done. Good use of the parameters, Miss Bonnie. That's a good saying too. Plant dreams, dig out doubts, and grow a happy life. That's a sweet little sentiment. I like it.
It is a nice sentiment.
Yeah.
It kind of looks like in keeping with the parameters, it kind of looks like an overgrown outhouse.
I had that when I first saw it. It's an outhouse, man. I think that says more about just how we grew up knowing about outhouses. But my brother, when my parents had my brother, they did have an outhouse. That's how old I am. I was always a city girl. But anyway, yeah, outhouses freaked me out. So I was glad to see that was not an outhouse, but a garden shack. I deal better with garden shacks. Very cute. Or she sheds. So well done, Bonnie. And I made a really cute card one time with an outhouse. It was adorable. I'll find it. We'll do it on the study hall. Arlene Finnegan, who is Arlene's daughter, Arlene in our group, Tizio, sent in her first submission. We all were admiring that beautiful owl. She's got him perched on a branch, and he's got beautiful flowers all around him, and she even remembered to mask off a moon in the background, which is very cool. She's in Reading, I think. You're in Philadelphia.
She's in Reading.
It's at Reading?
It's called Reading. Mm-hmm.
Willamette. Everybody's got the local pronunciation of places. We have a street in Kansas City, or suburb. PFLAUM.
PFALUM.
PFLAUM. That's right. Plum.
Wow. How do you say that?
Plum. Isn't that funny? Plum. So, yeah. Yeah, so local ways to say things, but so it's Reading, even though it's spelled
Reading. Okay. It's I'm in Warminster, which is about 15 miles north of the city of Philadelphia, of downtown Philadelphia. The city of Philadelphia extends all the way to Bucks County, and I'm in Bucks County. So if I go just to the edge, it would only take me about 10 minutes. But to get to the center city, it's about an hour's drive.
Center
on a
city.
Good day.
That's a local term. Center city. Yes,
Center
we all
city.
have. Yeah, it's very interesting. To learn the local vernacular is often telling of what the area is like, I think, anyway. Anyway, thank you, Arlene. We'll get back to you here eventually. And thank you for sending in your first submission. Thanks for Arlene also just invited a bunch of people to the group. So thank you so much. We always appreciate helping us grow our group. So nice card. Well done. Welcome to Craft Roulette. Pauline Mays from Oregon sent this in. I made a note on this because somebody said, did you make that with a gel plate? And she said, no, she did ink direct to the block and swiped it on the block and then put it on the paper. So she got a really good mix of colors on there. But you can see where she has that straight line. That's not very gel platey to have that straight line.
No.
But real cool card. Well done. Scallop die cut of dandelion, simple sentiment, green ribbon. The green ribbon I missed until I read the description. Do you see it?
I do. It's nicely tied, but yeah. I really like. I like how it's the stripes. They really are very attractive.
Yeah, it makes the card. It really did make the card. So I don't think she wet the paper or anything. I think she just probably maybe some like distress oxides that would stay creamy long enough to get it on a paper. That would be my guess. So,
or maybe some blending went on too, because the seams between the colors are kind of blended.
maybe some brushing, some
Yeah.
dabbling with brushes on top of the. Yeah, that'd be a fun thing to try. That might also show up in study hall someday. You just never know. It's a cool look. Thank you so much, Pauline. Lynn from Wisconsin sent in her 5th submission, and she went outside up in the air. Very clever. And she's got her die cut letters there, and she also has a sentiment stamped for her alpha stamp card. Any 3 colors: blues, browns, yellow, and you can bring in the neutral as your 3rd color on stuff like that. We are so much about being the creative process and your interpretation. If you can justify it, we will almost always allow it. But anyway, I think this is a cool little card. She's got these little splatters of gems that I never would have thought. Look at those clouds, though. She really did a beautiful job on her clouds.
Beautiful job on the clouds. I assume that's a stencil that she's using there.
I would think. Yeah.
Just beautiful.
Yeah. Well done. I like it, Lynn. Thank you so much. Somebody's going to be happy to get that. Lori from Minnesota, Mosser, and I can't remember if you told me how to say that or not. Her first submission, it takes at least 10 before I get your name right. Actually, it took me over 40 to get Jackie's name right, so just bear with me. Lori used metallic watercolors. Cool way to approach this parameter thing. Blue, lilac, green, and so they kind of glare in the photo, she says. And yeah, they do a little bit, but then you know what they are. It helps us just figure out what's going on there. I thought the background texture dye looked like wind. It does. It looks like isobars on kind of like we've got a strong movement of a low coming in or moving out as we have a high pressure system coming in. It does kind of look like isobars, and when they're closer, it's going to be more damage on their winds and things. But really cool card.
Mary, do you think that that's debossed or embossed? Because I see it. It's sitting into and the impression is into the paper.
Yeah, I think you're right on. I think it's a D. So my thought was, did she paint them and then how'd she do it? Did she paint the background with the metallic, let it dry, and then run it through the embossing machine?
Oh, maybe. Do you know that one of the techniques that I just learned not too long ago is that you can actually emboss and then dry, and you first emboss with your stuff you set with a heat gun, the embossing powder, and then you run it through your embossing machine, your dry embossing, and it's a really neat technique, especially for things like bricks. It's really very special.
Neato. There's so many things you can do.
Double embossed.
Card making is just a blast. It just is. There's so much you can do, and it's just fun to play. And I think it's just wonderful that we mostly have the time to be able to do that. I think it's a very, very nice thing when we get to. So I like to cause trouble with it. But Lori, welcome to Craft Roulette. Please share we'd like to know more if you have some secrets to tell us. So thank you so much. Anna Christopherson from Colorado sent in this. I think it's a shaped. She did the hexagon die cut, and then she also has embossing. You guys are using your products really well here. I think you guys are cool people to pull out some ideas. I love when we spin, we get these 4 things, and all of a sudden people start thinking of things to do. I think it's so exciting. Like your butterflies, very, very pretty. They're flying around. Wouldn't that be fun to see those in your backyard?
Oh, very pretty. Do you think that top, the top butterfly is attached, or perhaps is put inside? I can't tell whether it's...
that would be. I think it's just on on the card. But that would be a cool thing where you could stick a bookmark or something and have it pull out with that guy. That would have been a fun thing to do. But I don't think. Look at the pretty jewels on him. He's very fancy.
Yeah.
And then she's got jewels, kind of like flight patterns on the other guys. Do you see them? They're tiny.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yep.
never too old to party, especially on Friday night, 6:30 Central Time with Craft Roulette. Blazing self-promotion. Yes, yes, yes. Thank you very much. Jackie Muller from Whyalla, Australia. She's been with us every week so far since episode 34. Girl, kiss your nog. That's awesome. I do lose track. We do have some fun things coming up on Craft Roulette that you are going to be able to keep track of these things. I can't tell you too much about it. It has been being developed now for months, and it's getting closer by the hour. So I'm excited to get that beta tested. Script background stamped using metallic watercolor again. That metallic watercolor is very coming on. You can do a lot with it. Onto blended background colors are lime, peacock, and raspberry. I like those colors a lot. Frame is a die cut. Yep. Outside, check. Stamped, yep. Any 3 colors, great choices. Die cut, check. You did it, Jackie. I like it. Metallic watercolor is just kind of, that was throwing me over. I can't quite see how that happened. But I don't know how she did it.
Yeah, I know metallic embossing, but I'm not sure on metallic watercolor.
Right.
But it's beautiful.
But it is. It's just gorgeous.
The technique is very attractive.
Yeah. We inquiring minds once again. It stumped the guest hostess and the host. I tell you, stump us. Heather Wong from New York. Oh my goodness. I thought by the end of the show, Helen and Heather would have a date for sure. Helen loves to eat in Flushing, New York, and Heather lives in Flushing, New York. And I thought for sure they'd have a date set up to go hang out and craft and eat. But the love and bikes are die cut. The stamping is attached smaller words. Very cute. I like little strips like that. Hope glued on counts. Oh, sure. Yeah, you're good. My husband and I like biking, and the wiggle is just because I copy and pasted it not right. So that's another darling little bike. That's our third bike of the series. But
I think so.
Yeah. So we got some bikers in our group. I'm not one, but call the midwife. I would be out of that job real fast because they have to ride bikes. But on those cobblestones, no less. That's just so. Anyway, very well. Real cute. I love the colors on this. I think it's cute.
Very cute.
Very cute. Thank you, Heather. Buell Ask from Village, Sweden. You got to see this one on the group because she has the little video about how she actually can close that fox and close the card, and then when you open it, it pops right up and it twists. I mean, it's some kind of magical stuff, but I
think that might be a die by Karen Berniston.
I would guess it is. I've never tried. Don't even attempt this.
I think they have rubber bands inside.
Yes, they do. Karen Aiken also uses them a lot, and it's just it needs to have some kind of warning on it. Do not attempt this by yourself without professional help, because it's just. I'm sure they're fairly easy, but have you tried? Have you ever tried?
Oh, I've done some of Karen's pop-ups. They're just fabulous dies, and you can this die you can make into all sorts of different animals because of the two balls, if you will, up top. Now I do know what this says in Swedish if you're interested.
Yeah,
I
you
don't know
do.
what, I think this must be a name, but the barn, that's grandchild. That means grandchild. And the cremar, I can't quite see it. The crema de, but that says hugs from us.
Oh,
Those are your translations. I looked it up.
very
I don't speak
helpful.
Swedish.
Nor do I. But when I do, it always sounds like the Swedish chef. And, and that's about as good as we go. Lutefisk, and that's about it. And, but anyway, this one's amazing. It was very fun to receive. Very fun. Well, thank you so
Boel,
much.
I hope I'm saying their first name right. Boel.
It's Buell
But
with a ooh.
I wondered if I could ask Boel a question. I know she said she's from the village of Valinge. Is that how you say it? But my favorite place in the world, and I've traveled many, many places in the world, is a little island in Sweden called Visby. And I wondered how far away she was from Visby.
She's pretty far south. I know that because I've looked her up. And she's on the contributor map. So it's pretty far south.
You said south? South? Visby is pretty much south as well. I've always told people if I'm ever missing to look for me in Visby because I've gone to hideout.
Well, she can come craft at Christina's house with you guys. And you can stay up all night and watch Craft Roulette all together. With Christina's aunt and
has a good crafting room. I don't have to bring my craft supplies.
Oh, I think they're pretty good.
Although I am willing to ship some, so if I could stay there near the island of Visby. Very beautiful island.
All you need is a craft house. You don't even need a house with you need a kitchen, a place to sleep, and your craft room. That's all you need.
And a bathroom.
Yeah. That's close to the craft room. And places, well, maybe
I have a bathroom in my craft room.
There you go.
I do have a bathroom in my
Well, you've got your standards all figured out, so we'll know where she is. Bisbee, yep, she's got a little comment down there. Very good, on Gotland.
Cool. There you go.
I've learned. Who knew I'd learned so much about Sweden?
I've been there before and I loved it.
Well, you're going to want to stop at Essex, England on the way and see Laura Ellis. She said in this pretty card, she went, outside and went with a unicorn for the love of Pete. Who saw that one coming? Not I. I think that's so fun to have those pinks and blues and very sunsetty, mystical colors in the magic forest. Very fun card, Laura. And she's got some little gems and things going on there that really make it very, very fanciful. So, and we didn't get a lot of silhouettes. Last week we got a lot of silhouette images, but this is one of the few that we got this time. So, really fun. Yep, make sure you stop by and see Laura. We have a whole bunch of English girls, too, that you can stop and powder your nose at their house. On the way to your island. Arlene de Tizio said in this pretty card, she's from Reading. And this one, let's see, she has trouble. Bless her heart, she tries so hard to send in her cards. It's not always easy for everybody, and we appreciate your effort. Yes, happy Mother's Day. We had a great Mother's Day. So, anyway, this is very pretty. Arlene, and her pretty happy butterflies, and such a pretty flower garden. I think that one's just a real good job. And I'm glad that you added a little bit of depth with the outlining of your pink flowers, and that makes it very special, and it really does add a lot to your image. So, and the background is a good choice. You did a nice job, and we're always glad.
And the sentiment is very nice too. I like the sentiment.
Yes, yep. And it is nice. You did a good job. Thank you so much for your effort. Janet Covington sent in this cute little card. Alice in Wonderland. Didn't see that one coming. Look how she used her alphabet stamps. I think that's a cool choice. As just part of the design in the ground. And perfect for Alice in Wonderland. Just never, when she could have looked through the mirror and found the part or the place in Wonderland that had alphabets in the grass. There's another chapter right there for you, but really cute. Look at the little bunny and the trees. Great use of a slimline. Used up the space. Well done. Let's see. That's it. Thanks for this project. I'm thinking of keeping all the numerous alpha stamps. Oh, I know yellow makes 4, but Alice couldn't have neutral hair. Oh, we won't look too closely. I don't see the 4th colors. I just won't look too closely. I think it's great. So, well done. I think it's cute. Got anything to say on this one?
No, I was just wondering where the Cheshire Cat was.
He's taking a nap because he's a cat. He's behind the rose tree.
He's out with Kerwin?
Yeah, that Kerwin. Oh my gosh. Thank you, Janet. And thank you for the cookies you sent too. Kay Wormer said in her 10th submission, we went from complete fancy to more realistic with this one. Isn't this just so lovely? I like how you spell too, Kay. Fun, F-U-N-N. But she's got him sitting on the dock there, her, sitting on the dock there in deep contemplation, sees the day. It's all very pretty. Look at the sun in the background there with the rays.
Very
really cool
pretty
choices.
I was wondering whether there was the bench where the person is sitting, whether it looks like it was cut out and put on top of the
I think that's the die
cards,
cut.
a little dimension maybe, or the dock. Can't tell.
Dock. Mm-hmm. It does, doesn't it? Looks like she may have done like on the post. She may have done on a double on that and made it look like it was on top of the, yeah. That takes a little bit of extra effort, and that's very, very cool. I like her shading and the texture in the sandy beach. Look how cool that looks.
Yes.
Very cool. Nice card,
The stenciled sun looks very pretty.
Yeah. Lots of thought went into this, and the stenciled clouds too. Lots and lots of thought. Very pretty, very clever card. Thank you so much. That's the place you want to sit with Kay. Yeah, I'd go to see Kay too in Wisconsin and hang out with her right there on the dock. I'm ready. We'll have to do a craft roulette tour someday and go see all these places that we see on cards, and then we can send them as postcards. Brenda Gentry from Utah. We went from a subtle, quiet card to a great big bug. I am fun and I'm here to party. Oh, fun card.
Very fun. Very fun.
Just playful. Just darn playful is what you are. Look at those antenna after all with the big blings on them. That's so adorable. And she even remembered the googly eyes and her envelope with the little bug trail there. Very clever. Good job, Miss Brenda. It's a happy card.
Sylvia, and I do like the sun rays too. In the corner that there looks like there's dimension in the sun rays.
Oh, I know. There's so much. And the little velvet ribbon on his neck. Always a classy move to put a little velvet bow on a bug. I love it. Sylvia from Colchester, United Kingdom. We can go see her too. Sent in this pretty outdoor is the letters with the flowers. Great interpretation. Just another surprise. Didn't see this one coming. Look at the texture in the background, Ellen, on the background. It's like, I don't know what she did.
It again looks like it's debossed and maybe rubbed with an ink, maybe swinked. I don't know.
Maybe swinked with a metallic ink.
But I love it. I love putting
charming
gems on my cards, and I love the splattering of the pearls around near the letters. The letters are really pretty too.
Yeah, made it very fancy and pretty. Thank you, Sylvia. Kimberly has a great little story on the Facebook group about this card and her inspiration from her husband. It's going to be which is their dog. It's the dog that inspired it, and it's real cute. She's got a little video on there. Really cool looking card. Look at the subtleties that are going on there, that really pull it all together into something special. The little black hearts, the choice of stamps for the Happy Father's Day. Those dogs, of course, are adorable. And the sandy beach there. I'm not even sure. She made the sand embossing powder. I didn't know that was in existence.
Yeah, they do. They do carry the sand, and it with the dogs, the Tim Holtz Crazy Dog stamps, which I do have. They're just delightful. They're very, very happy. Very happy.
Yeah. It's a cute card. Very well done. Very well done. And I love getting the story behind it. It was cool. Ashley Young from Toronto, Canada. Hey, she's coming right up. She's our guest crafter for episode number 62. She sent in this cute card. Those are the stinking darling little mice. Happy Mother's Day. Look how all the detail that she put in that too. Die cut scalloped borders. Colors are pink, blue, and green. Again, she did the stenciling of the clouds. And then I suppose she die cut all those bubbles and put them on top.
Wow.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah,
That's a lot of die
I
cut.
like how the scalloped edges accent the bubbles really well. It's a nice use of those scallops.
It is a nice
almost
play.
make you feel like you're in the bubbles.
Yeah, it does make you feel a little more included, doesn't it? Not so harsh, but it's a soft edge that makes the soft bubbles seem a little more, I don't know, a little more identifiable or something that you can relate to them. That cool. I think she got a great look on the green grass with the sky where it matches too. I thought that she did a cool job of getting that all to work. And then she's got the little splatter and she's got it all going on. I'm looking forward to meeting her and seeing what she does on a Friday night show. It should be good. Thank you, Ashley. Lena Marie, who is recovering from a double knee surgery, made this card. She also made cards. Her son and his friend came over and they all made cards on Mother's Day, which I thought was a nice story. And so she couldn't get those cards put in, but they are in the group and it was very fun. Thank you, Marie, and I hope you're feeling better every day. I got a card out for you just today, so be watching your mail. Marianne Shaw from Ontario, Canada sent in this. She went under the sea. So we've been everywhere on this earth and outside this earth with this outside element. I love it. That's a cool way to do it, with the window and looking outside to the fish and the turtle. I like it. Lots of pattern going on, but they don't fight.
Oh, it's nice. And I really like the window stamp of that called that accent to the window card.
She's got some swinking on the outside too. Do you see that?
Oh yeah.
Yes, sir.
I do see that.
There's a lot going on. But it's all subtle, and so it works. Smart choices, Marianne. Thank you. Carol Sanguinetti. Okay, this one has a story too. A couple weeks ago, Carol was on vacation, and she wanted to make the card for the craft roulette because we're all addicted. And so she had to go and get, she bought a black stamp pad and she colored it in with a golf pencil and all these different things. But so she remade it this week using her regular supplies. But she also has a really charming story about this pedal car and how her dad found it in the dump when their oldest grandchild was 2, and how she made 13 of these cards for her mom's grandchildren. So, because it had a special significance to their family. So I think it's so fun and wonderful to get to know the backstories on some of these things. It's cool. I like how we all take these parameters and stick it in with how our mind works and our memories and our thoughts and our products, and we come up with something special like that. So I bet that was very, very fun thing for your mom to get, Carol. So thank you so much for sharing it all.
The pennant really is very attractive there too. I think
really
the card would not be as nice without it. Really makes it a lot.
No, I think you're right. Makes it have a little more extra pop and interest. It does. Very well done. Kim Wolf from New Mexico took us into the sky with her card, her interpretation. Another great, lots of subtle, cool stuff. Look at the background or the mat with all the different colors on this pattern paper. Who saw that one coming? Not I. Real pretty balloon that you did, and then she's got some texture on the mat where the balloon is too. So many subtle choices. I think that's.
It might have 4 colors though, so we have to,
we'll just say
that.
Well, our police are very corrupt here at Craft Roulette, and are just absolute. They're absolutely bribable. He is absolutely bribable. So what we like to do when we think there might be just a little fudge on one of the parameters, not look quite so closely, and say, I think we just got 2 hues of the same color. So it works out. Which sometimes actually, that's how it's being seen. And sometimes we absolutely mess up and forget a parameter or add it later. It's just an expression though. So I think everybody usually is pretty aware of and tries really hard to remember everything. But I've messed up. So
perhaps it's the red and the blue that blended together to become the purple.
I think so. I think you're right. It's your pretty, Kim. Thank you so much. Leslie Herman from Michigan sent in her card, and she's took Crafty Al's May sheet load and made her card. Crafty Al is one of our guest crafters. If you don't know about her, call me Crafty Al. She has sheet loads of cards, and she has PDFs that you can download for making lots of cards, all one pattern each month. So look her up. She's a lot of fun. And anyway, this is a real nice card. I think Crafty Al did you well to know her style there. So Leslie, I think you did great. I like that paper. It's real pretty.
Very refreshing. That blue color is really pretty with that.
Yeah. Yes,
red.
That cornflower color. Yeah. It's one of my favorite combinations. So I like it. Nothing I can say except well done. Carol Lee Krabs sent in her card. There's a window for you. She's got alphabet with 3 colors: pink, purple, green, outdoors, greenery, and butterfly, and a die-cut circle. So there's another window, and the little butterfly's peeking in to see I heart you. That's a great interpretation there, Carol Lee. You did great. I like it. I like it very much. I think it's just you made good choices on using some pattern paper and then having the pinks in there with the greens. Very nice. Very nice. I hope you had fun making it too. And I know you're on the show a lot. I appreciate you. Nora LaCroix from Illinois said she went simple but very effective with her card, and she's got some nice coloring. And again, it doesn't have to be complicated to be good. And she's got that thing going. I think that's a die cut.
Not sure.
Little edgy. Yeah, I bet it looks die cutty to me.
Are you saying the edge around the edge? Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that could be. Or again, maybe those scissors. The.
Yeah.
Maybe.
The old
edging scissors.
Yeah.
It's very pretty.
Yeah. It is. It's very lovely. And Nora LaCroix from Illinois, we thank you very much. I always have to sing song it. Ava Bellon from Florida. On her 15th submission, I laughed when I saw this one. Just chicken in under the gun. Oh my gosh, you know me too well. Signpost is die cut sans alpha stamps. Spell fun, the yellow brick road, the right way, of course. Chicks follow the yellow brick fun road. Isn't that cute?
Very
now,
cute.
if you're not a Mary Gun fun person, you would not get this card at all. You'd think that person is crazy that they don't know how to spell, but I get it. And look at what the sign says. Hey, this way, YouTube, wheel spins, fun. Very charming. I just love it, Ava. So thank you so much. I do. Thank you. Appreciate it. Melanie Foy from Arizona. Okay, her outdoors is cactus. So there you go. I didn't think of that one either. I love Welcome to Yuma. It was a welcome card that somebody wanted her to make. So that's perfect for welcoming to Yuma. Look at those cactus. They're blooming. It's so pretty. The desert is pretty when it blooms.
It looks like the technique that they used was sort of stamping off. Where you stamp one and then stamp off. It gives a nice shadow effect. Very nice.
I think you're right. Very nice. And then I think that's paper for the smaller cactus. And then she's got a bunch of distress edging on the outside of the welcome, which is a cool deal too. Plus that little jute string makes it just gives it a little more interest too. It's cute. Very clever. I bet they will feel very welcome to Arizona. And you're part of it. So thank you, Melanie. Wendy Jarvis from Florida sent in this. Look at the balloons. They say hi. They're alpha stamps. Bravo. Pretty little hills there you've got. Wendy always does a great job with her colors and her making a little bit of shadowing to make it more interesting and a little rounded. No Fred this week, huh? She sometimes crafts with her dad. It looks like the yellow in the background on the back of the mat has some texture or pattern to it too, which is kind of a cool little pull in. Sending long distance smiles. It's just charming. 100%. Charming. Yeah. She says it's the Scene Dyes from Avery L. Avery L has a shimmer spray that is one of Meredith's favorite products. It's been on my list now for about 6 months and I don't get it ordered, but someday. Anyway, thank you so much, Wendy. Say hi to Fred. Brian Dickey from Mississippi, I saw you in here. Bravo on choosing the white dotted paper for your hills. I think that was just like the right thing to do. Had so much fun doing this week's challenge with the exception of flowers, all stamped images and die cuts from Scrappy Tales. Don't know, I'm not familiar with them, but I'll have to look them up. Cute. I'm glad you made a slimline too. It's fun to have those options, to branch out and just have a little. Slimlines and scene cards seem to go together real well. And so that's if I were teaching something or selling something, I'd say that's a tip for you right there. So anyway, I think that's good. Pretty little flowers. Thank you so much, Brian, for sending it in.
Very cute.
Linda Bendick from Illinois sent in this. Okay, I'm going to let you take over on this thanks because I know you're going to have something to say. It looks cool. What do you got?
For me, well, what I haven't been telling you is that I did tell Stephen that I lost my feed for my seeing the cards before the delay. So I just got the picture up.
No, so, okay, all righty.
But I love how they thanks the letters have been, looks like they've been cut out and then pasted back in to give it a little bit of a lift. It's so much fun. And then the dandelion stamps, one of my favorite. So, and again, it looks like it's blended, and I love that blending technique. It really adds so much to your cards. It's so nicely done, really nice and crisp. Very pretty.
I think that was just so neat that how she just offset the letters just a little bit, and that made that shadow come through that black paper. And oh man,
Exactly.
I could see doing that for so many applications.
Yeah, exactly.
That's
Mary,
going to be one too.
my husband doesn't know that I'm up here with you, and he's been calling me, looking for me all over the house.
Okay, take your take your headphone.
Excuse me for just a minute. I'll be right back.
You bet, but you might want to take your headphone out, your earbud, so that you don't yell and we hear you.
Oh, I'll hear you. Okay, I'll be right back.
Well, we'll hear you, so be careful what you say. Jamie Watson in this card, and she is a sunflower girl. So she said we were in. Hang on, let's just let that settle down. There we go. All right, she's a sunflower girl because she's in Kansas, and so she sent in a card that has some pretty green, or some pretty sunflowers right there. And we appreciate you, Jamie, and I saw you in the group, so thank you so much. We've got Sue Maester from Missouri sending in her card. It's very pretty. She's a purple and pink girl, and she definitely showed us her pretty side that she likes so much. Really nice design on that. I like that cross piece, and then that beautiful on there for the side or for the sentiment. You always have some ribbon or some bling, and you didn't let me down again, Sue. So very pretty card. Looks like good and plenty. It makes me hungry. Thank you, Sue. Amy Ellen sent in her card, not pink and purple, but yellow, green, and blue. If you have a 3-color choice, this is always a very popular one if you're ever trying to figure one out. The soft blue, soft green, and soft yellow makes a gorgeous card. And look at how she used those hexagon dies. It was great. And then she's got a cute little chicken there. Okay, now we're going to get an echo if we're not careful. So let's test this out. Just chicken in. That seems to be the word to say. I used to work with somebody that would always say chicken time, and I always wanted chicken because it's check-in time. I think we're good. But you did a great job, Amy, on sending. Look, she's got a little gray on her chicken to give him some shadows.
Are we good?
And then we've got. I love those hexagons. That makes a great background. So well done. Shelly Gentry from Washington sent in this card. She made a couple, but this is the one that we got in the submissions. And she made an envelope out of pattern paper. So that's like going above and beyond the call. And you've got the pattern right there on the card,
Miriam,
too.
I'm back, but can you hear me? Are we okay?
We're good. We're good. So look how springy this card looks. Okay, I think do we have a delay on you then? Are you seeing the cards live? I don't think she is. We'll just keep plowing on then. I don't think I think her device that had it synced with mine is gone. So I think you're seeing a delay, Ellen.
Very Eastery. Very
yes.
Very pretty.
Yeah, it is. Thank you, Shelly. Crystal House, who is Patty's daughter, sent in this pretty card. Can you see? Are you seeing it right now? I'm thinking she's on a delay. Yeah, sure enough. Yep. I think you're out of sync, Ellen. So we're just gonna look at your pretty face, and because I'm seeing cards ahead of you. So you just sit there and look pretty. And
I am seeing it.
Okay. And but this is Patty's daughter. She sent in her first card. I didn't put first card, but it is her first card. And I think it's really cool. I love how she did the die cuts in the mountains and the trees, and look at the footprints there. Really cool card, Crystal. And thank you so much for telling me how much you enjoyed the show too, hanging out with your mom. I think that's very sweet. Heidi Went from Washington, all related to, they use this one. This Shelly and Heidi craft together using the same products, but they don't let each other see what they're doing while they're making it. And so they came up with completely different cards, and it's very fun to see how you guys, and I love knowing that you're doing this. It's very fun. And What? You're taking you've added another parameter. So well done. Nicely. Thanks for sharing that, and thanks for playing with us. Judy G from Michigan sent in this card. We wish Judy G and Mr. G very well. She's a golfer, and so she had this card from way back, she said. And I'll be right by your side. Tee it up, and I'll be right by your side. We know that Judy's husband is going through chemo, and so I'm thinking that maybe she had him in mind as she made this card. And it's very sweet, and we do hope you had it. We're glad you got it in. Kathy Nelson sent in this beautiful card. Great choices of colors. You've got that sunburst in the background and the inking that really makes this just very, very stunning. If you could take like any of the inking or an extra color out of that, it would be so much flatter and not nearly as pretty. You made great choices on making it, just adding a little extra to make it extra special. And thank you, Kathy. Sue Brooke went with Team Orange, even though she's not Team Orange. She will get there someday. And she did a silhouette, so we had 2 silhouettes. Always a go-to technique for a very striking card idea. And you did great. I think that was just very, very pretty. You always have a clean style, and it's very attractive. Thank you, Sue. And that's it. We did it. We did it. We didn't do it fast, but we did it. So, all right, now let me go ahead and do a little bit of cleaning up here. I'm sorry that we got off sync with Ellen, but we got through much of the show together, and that's really good. Let me go back to this. I do want to talk to you about our schedule coming up. We have Biddy Penny this week. I talked to her last night. She's very interesting. She's got a really interesting job. Ashley Young the week after that. We've got a 3-fer the next week. We have Ardith, Julie, and Karen all at one time on the last show of May, which will be very fun. And we have more. Besides that, you can go to craftroulette.live and see our upcoming guest. They're not all quite on there yet, and you can also look at our past guests. Please go and subscribe, follow, or whatever they are, wherever they are on social media. And if they do have affiliate links or online stores, we appreciate it when you do support them. Speaking of support, we want to thank our patrons. We are not associated with any direct sales companies or any affiliate links personally. And so we run by community support, including Ellen. And we want to give a big thank you to Rachel Castle, Card Monkey Jarvis, Vicky Ruda, Kim Galvin, Brenda Gentry, Judy G, I'm going to get it right, Sherry Bradley, Sherry Pemberton, and Fun Friends, Patty Beck, and Susan Smurf Murphy. We do Patreon. We are redoing our benefits, and I think we're trying to make it as attractive as possible so that you will help us, support us. We will be offering more of a mini. It's going to be good. We have lots of things that we're going to be offering on the Patreon. The Patreon actually is like its own little blog, and so it's a private blog that we can give you some more ideas, some dimensions, some extra information, some more tips. We're making it so it's extra fun. So consider that. Is there anything else? I don't think so. Which one? I don't know where to go next, but we'll figure it out. Let's see. We'll go there. There we go. We brought her on. She doesn't know it. It's horrifying. So thank you, everybody, for sending in submissions. We will be back Friday night, 6:30 Central Time on this channel for episode 61 with Biddy Penny. Who knows what that wheel will give us? Holy smokes. Thank you, Ellen, who is frozen. Oh, sheepers. Thank you, Ellen, for joining me. It was good to have your input. You always have, you see things that I don't see, and I think that's so fun to have somebody that works with me on that, because you bring in a whole nother fresh perspective. It is that time where we do a little self-care, kiss our noggins, and say, yes, let's craft. Let's give ourselves some crafty time. We are creative people, and we get to do it through paper crafts. That's a good gig. And one for you. One for Ellen. Thank you guys so much. I'm going to sign off. See you tonight on Fun University, youtube.com/Fun University for Study Hall. Bye-bye. Go off, go off, go off. It's not going off.